2023 is about to get a whole lot more interesting. We're going to be getting into some pretty wild and very interesting stuff today, but as we do every single week, let's recap what just dropped. It was actually a really decent week for sneaker releases. A lot of big drops, starting with the Jordan 4 Seafoam. These dropped on the 9th. Let me know how you did. I'm not entirely sure how limited they were. Now, the next one is, of course, the other pair of Jordan 4s that dropped, and that is the Craft Jordan 4. These dropped yesterday. Again, I'm not entirely sure how limited they were. This being a special edition, I assume it's more limited. But let me know down in the comments if you managed to get a pair, and if you did, that's a big W. It is a solid pair of Jordan 4s. I really like this one. And then another one that dropped, which is a little bit more low-key, this pair of sneakers right here, the Mr. Bailey Adidas Osmorphous. I unboxed this pair in one of my latest videos, and I had a lot of people being like, yo, what are these? These are actually super cool. Let me know if anybody actually went for this pair. I'm glad I managed to get a pair myself. It is a sick pair of sneakers. Either way, let's move into the upcoming stuff, and let's kick this off with something that I'm sure you guys are just probably on the verge of being sick of seeing. Take a look at this here. Big red boots that have been taking over whatever platform you're on, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. These things are absolutely everywhere. The amount of promo is absolutely incredible. They've gone viral, and it just really kind of cements Mischief as this brand that is just nailing marketing. Either way, these are getting a retail release on mischief.com. They're going to be dropping on February the 16th for a whopping $350. I mean, that's a lot of money for a pair of shoes which you probably won't wear. I mean, some people are definitely trying to wear them. It literally looks like they got cinder blocks stuck to their feet because they're so big and chunky, and I imagine pretty heavy. All right, we need to talk about some of the very near releases because there's quite a few drops here in February, starting off with the CLOT Nike Cortez. This is a pair of sneakers that we've seen leaked and rumored for a while now, and even though I think I've seen mostly mixed opinions on this, it's still definitely an interesting pair of shoes. So as we know, there's going to be 3 different colorways. However, the only one that's going to be dropping this month is the black and white pair. They're actually dropping February the 10th for the retail price of $150. I think one of the more interesting things is the fact that they're kind of saying that there's 3 different ways that you can wear this pair of sneakers, because obviously they come apart. So hey, you're getting 3 sneakers for the price of 1. I definitely want to check it out. I definitely don't think it's the most exciting pair of shoes I've ever seen, but it is definitely interesting and one I'd like to just see what it's all about. Right, this next one I just thought was pretty funny. Anybody who's out here playing football, well, you can take your Panda dunks on the pitch. Take a look at these bad boys. Whatever they can do, the Panda is living through every aspect of Nike sneakers. It's already dropped actually on February the 9th. I can't imagine they're sold out. I don't know. Check the Nike app if you are into football cleats that look like Nike Dunk Pandas. Where my New Balance and JJJJound fans at, because this pair of sneakers right here, this is the JJJJound New Balance 991, and technically they just released, I believe, on the JJJJound website. However, a global release is confirmed, so there's still a chance. If you took an L on these things, or maybe you just forgot about the release, didn't know, well, you still got another opportunity, because these are going to be dropping on New Balance's website, as well as, I assume, a couple other different raffles. That release is taking place on February the 17th. Right, another release date which is right around the corner, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I think I want this white pair. Take a look at this here. This is the next Ambush Nike Air Force 1 Low. And this time it's coming in a lot more toned down colorways. I think before we got the blue and the green. Well, this time we're getting a all over sail colorway and then an all over black colorway. I do really like the kind of accentuated Nike swoosh that kind of flies off the back. I think that's a pretty cool look. Now, both of these colorways are going to be dropping February the 28th. Yeah, definitely 2 solid colorways that I can definitely see selling out. At least the sail colorway. All right, let's get into probably one of the biggest news stories that we've had over the past week, and this one is actually pretty crazy. Take a look at the headline here. Adidas could lose $1.29 billion in revenue due to unsold Yeezy inventory. This news actually broke from Adidas. They did a press release and they kind of detailed all of the issues that they've ran into with holding on to unsold Yeezy inventory. Adidas parted ways with Kanye West and ended the Yeezy collaboration. They had a bunch of Yeezy sneakers that were supposed to release, and now they can't release it. One of the more interesting things is that Adidas was very vocal about their plans to continue releasing Yeezys when they first ended the collaboration. However, I think Adidas kind of second thought that idea of just releasing Yeezy products without the branding. I think they got a lot of backlash from people and they saw the negative response, and I kind of think that they didn't want to tarnish their brand's image. It says here, one of the possible scenarios for Adidas includes not repurposing its current Yeezy stock. This would result in a write-off that would decrease the company's operating profit by an additional 500 million euros. And that would be just for this year. If they decided not to repurpose Yeezy products, that would lower revenue by around 1.2 billion euros or 1.29 billion US dollars. And it seems like whatever decision Adidas decides to do, there are going to be downsides either way. If they decide to sell all of this Yeezy inventory that they're sitting on, they risk damaging their image with the public, and a lot of people have expressed how bad of a look that would be if they went ahead with that. This right here is the press release from Adidas, so it kind of goes through all of the details. And if you take a look at Adidas's stock price, it absolutely plummeted on February the 9th, and that was the day that they released this information to the public. Obviously, this whole Yeezy debacle is definitely the biggest thing that Adidas is struggling with. It's not the only issue that Adidas is facing right now. Take a look at this. It says Beyonce's Ivy Park partnership with Adidas struggles with sales. So Ivy Park, being Beyonce's brand, is collaborating with Adidas. They've been doing this for quite a few years now, but according to the Wall Street Journal, the Ivy Park Adidas collaboration has missed around 200 million in projected sales. So it said that the collaboration reached $93 million in sales in 2021 and dropped by more than 50% in 2022, resulting in $40 million. It has had a target reach of 335 million in sales for the collection. However, Wall Street Journal obtained documents indicating that Ivy Park Adidas will reach $65 million this year. Documents obtained by the Wall Street Journal show that Adidas was on track to lose at least $10 million on the partnership in 2022, while Beyonce is set to receive about $20 million in compensation, the same as previous years. The sales are just so low that Adidas is actually losing money. Like, for the most part, when it was first announced, that was pretty cool because it was Beyonce and Adidas, and they released all of these different colorful options which were pretty solid at that time. However, it seems like over the years, every new collection just kind of looked pretty similar to the first one. A mix of different colorways of Ultra Boosts and night joggers. You gotta keep things fresh and keep people interested, and I don't think that this collaboration has successfully done that. Well, obviously it hasn't. And who do they have left in terms of collaborations? They've got Bad Bunny, who's been doing some decent stuff. Obviously, it's nothing as big as Yeezy or even Beyonce. The most interesting one would be Jeremy Lorenzo. However, we haven't seen anything from that collaboration yet. It just seems like he kind of joined Adidas and then just kind of fell into the background. Either way, definitely let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. Where does Adidas go from here? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Now, in some possibly brighter news, Adidas hires former Nike designer Nathan Van Hook as new VP of basketball footwear. Now, if you didn't know, Nathan Van Hook spent a decade over at Nike, most recently served as Moncler's head of footwear design, and has actually worked on some pretty incredible things for Nike, one of them being the Nike Air Yeezy 2. He also was part of the Nike ACG line at some point. Potentially, he could come through and freshen things up, but again, I mean, Adidas needs a lot right now. I don't know if this is the guy to save them. Alright, back to some of the upcoming releases. This one right here is right around the corner. Of course, this is the Jordan 1 High 85 OG Panda. I'm just joking. It's the black and white. God damn, don't kill me. That's right. The Jordan 1 High 85 black and white is going to be dropping on February the 15th. Essentially, Sneaker Freaker is trying to give a public service announcement telling everybody that they should not be calling this pair of shoes the Panda Jordan 1s. That was kind of something that I touched on in the review of this pair of shoes, the controversy surrounding people calling this the Panda Jordan 1s, which is actually something I've seen increasingly. Either way, if you wanted this solid pair of Jordan 1 highs, and again, it is a solid pair of sneakers, they're going to be dropping February the 15th. Maniere and Jordan Brand are not done just yet. They've been cooking up in the kitchen. Obviously, they just did the 4s, which was super popular, and they're supposed to be doing the 12s at some point. But later on this year, they're going to be working on a Jordan 5. That's right. And apparently, there's going to be a collection coming this holiday season. As of right now, we know that there's going to be 2 different colorways of the Maniere Jordan 5, and that's this black colorway right here. Obviously, this is a speculative mock-up, so it may and probably will look different to this pair of 5s right here. And then the other colorway is the light bone colorway, which I actually really like this speculative mock-up. That's actually a pretty clean pair of 5s. Either way, knowing what Maniere usually brings to the table when they collaborate is a very premium luxury style sneaker, which I'm a big fan of. Moving from the 5s to the 6s, apparently later on this year, we're going to be getting an Air Jordan 6 Goretex. This is coming late 2023, sometime around holiday season. And obviously, as you can see, we don't have any image of what this could look like, but I believe the color code is brown kelp, team gold, shadow brown, and core purple. All right, we got a little bit more news on the upcoming Nike, SB, and Supreme collaboration. That's right, Supreme and Nike are going to be teaming up to drop some more dunks later on this year. Even though we haven't seen what these dunks actually look like, we kind of know the colorways to expect now. So apparently, Supreme insiders confirmed that the 2023 Supreme Supreme Nike SB capsule is expected to feature Rammellzee artwork, however you pronounce that. And this collaboration is going to have a Nike SB Dunk low and of course a high. So we do have some rendered images of what they potentially could look like, which to me just looks like some crazy paint splatter, some modern art, if you will. Then this is the pair of highs. Again, another speculative mock-up. Let me know, guys, if they released looking like this, is this something you would be interested in? Is this something you like? Again, they're going to be dropping at some point this year, no specific release date. All right, a pair of SB Dunks, which we do have some images of, is this pair right here. This is the Nike SB Dunk Low Purple Suede. Looking very, very familiar to the Dodger Dunks. It's pretty much the same in terms of materials and color blocking. It's just purple instead of blue. As you can see, you got the white leather for the toe box, then the mid panels, and then of course it is topped off with these purple suede overlays. It's definitely not a bad colorway by any means. Either way, these should be dropping at some point this fall 2023. All right, we've got another Kobe leak. Take a look at this right here. This is your first looks at the upcoming Nike Kobe 6 Protro Black History Month. This image here was shared by Vanessa Bryan, I believe, on Instagram. Essentially, this being the Black History Month Kobe 6 Protro, it's supposed to be dropping this month, February being Black History Month. So we'll have to wait and see. Nothing is confirmed, but yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date. Next up, we got a very clean pair of Jordan 1 lows, which I wanted to show you guys. Take a look at this one right here. This is the first looks at the Air Jordan 1 Low OG X sale. These are going to be dropping this summer, very fittingly. This is a great pair of Jordan 1 lows for the summertime. Dropped another colorway, the kind of darker one, was last year, and I really was a big fan of it. It also had all of these exposed foam elements on it as well, but this one is just tremendously clean. These kind of look like official images, so we could expect them relatively soon. Sticking with Jordans, we've got an upcoming Jordan 1 High OG Craft Celadon or Celadon. This pair of sneakers right here is dropping this holiday 2023. And this one, donning the Craft name, I imagine is going to have some pretty random panels and details, just like the Craft 4s. I mean, it's definitely all right. Another Jordan 1, which is actually dropping this month, the Jordan 1 High OG Elephant. This is one that some people love and some people absolutely hate. Now, the update is that these were supposed to drop this month. However, it looks like they've been pushed back, at least out in the US. Now have been pushed back all the way to May the 6th. Final Jordan 1 we're going to talk about is this one right here, a new colorway called the Jordan 1 High OG Mauve, coming holiday 2023. Another Jordan 1 for the holiday season. Not a terrible colorway by any means, but again, we don't have any images. There are 3s which are looking super clean. Take a look at this one here. Unfortunately, this is a speculative mock-up, so I will say that straight out the gate, not to get your hopes up. This is the Jordan 3 Off Noir, which is also going to be dropping this holiday 2023. This colorway I just think looks super clean, but again, a speculative mock-up. As soon as we get any more information, I will keep you guys up to date. You know how Nike and Jordan Brand have been throwing the age treatment on different sneakers? Started with just sale midsoles, and then they kind of escalated to cracked leather. Well, they've just escalated it again. This is the Nike Dunk Low Faded Paint Laser Orange Midnight Navy. And man, these are distressed fully. You can see like there's kind of scuff marks, and obviously the paint is faded. Imagine Nike and Jordan Brand just keep continuing this, and like 2025 we have the Balenciaga Converse shoes that are just like destroyed fully. Yeah, the pre-beat orange dunks are going to be dropping at some point this year. No exact release date. And Jordan Brand has been planning so many Jordan 2s, it's almost ridiculous at this point. It's almost like they try to take the same formula that they did with the dunks and just transport it over to the 2s. Take a look at this one. What do you think is going to happen to the Chicago Air Jordan 2 Low? These are going to be dropping in exclusively women's sizing, and they're coming at some point down the line 2023. I imagine sometime around holiday season again. What the hell happened to this pair of sneakers? This is the Bad Bunny Adidas Campus in the cloud white colorway. Man, these were supposed to drop back in January. We still haven't seen anything official about them. Now, unfortunately, we still don't have anything official on this pair of sneakers other than the fact that they are supposed to be dropping here in February at some point. All right, later on this year, we're supposed to be getting an Air Jordan 5 SE Georgetown colorway set for a holiday 2023 release. So this is another speculative mock-up at what it could look like. Again, it has that tag on the back very similar to the UNC Jordan 5s that we're supposed to be getting next month. I can imagine this mock-up being relatively accurate, but again, as soon as we get any more information, a specific release date, I'll let you guys know. All right, final story for today. Wanted to briefly talk about this one because it's actually pretty exciting. This is the upcoming movie called Air, Courting a Legend, and essentially it's based on the birth of the Nike and Jordan Brand partnership, or more specifically when Nike created created an entire brand surrounding Michael Jordan. If you're a sneakerhead, I definitely think that this is an interesting movie. You should definitely watch the trailer because that's what kind of got me hyped. It's actually got a stacked cast. Yeah, it is stacked. So the trailer is out, definitely catch it. And apparently this movie is going to be releasing in theaters on April the 5th, 2023. That's right, guys. We're not just talking sneaker release dates, we're also talking movie release dates now. If there was any sneakers that I didn't mention in today's episode, it's because we do this every single week. So if you want to catch up on last week's episode, that video is right there.